Okay, hello. Yes, now we are back again, Jonny and Jan Christian.
Yes.
And today we have with us Håvard Matre, who is a product owner for risk management and quality management, and he is going to show the latest product updates from there. It's been a good process of getting all these Pims applications all over to web, and some of them has been on the web for a decade, and some have been introduced to the web the last few years, and it's been a big improvement to both risk management and quality management in these latest versions. So I think we'll switch over to Håvard, who is ready to give us a demo.
Are you there, Håvard?
Yes, I am. Hope you can hear me.
Then we'll see here if we can share the screen. Oh,
what's happening? Okay, it seems like we shared actually. Oh yeah, it's the tennis tournament score results we actually shared by accident there now. Okay.
I think you need to reshare your screen, Håvard.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
There we go.
Yes, that's better. You share that one. Yes, thank you.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, risk and quality management. As Jonny introduced and said in the beginning, this was all about going from Windows to web, which we decided midsummer 2019. We have been talking for a long time about getting both risk and quality management on as web applications. They are nice candidates, and it's also been a stopper for growth, I think, for both risk and quality management. So we are there and in the process of creating the new interfaces for these two products. We have held user forums since October 2019 with involvement of our customers, which has been great, and we have developed based on their best practice and on their feedbacks. It's now in production for 3 customers, and we are about to release it for another customer, Equinor, which has a great number of users, so that would be the ultimate test, I see. So today I'm going to talk about and show some risk quality Pims and risk quality management, what's new and what's coming. So it might be a bit confusing for those not familiar to the product. Okay, let's start with risk management. New features. We have added granulation to access for actions, which means that if you have the role action only, you will see the risk where you have an action. From previously, we did not have any granulation, which means that if you got access to risk for a domain, you would see all the risks there. So that's a nice window. You can it's displayed in a way like this. This is my risks. These are risks where I'm risk owner, but with a risk action role, I would only see the risks where I have actions. We've also added functionality for cross-domain for Pims risk. Per now, this is a separate form called Pims risk list cross-domain. In times to come, these might be part of a context like you are familiar to with Omega 365, but per now this is shown if if this will load. Okay, I'll get back. Here it is. It will show you risks in a domain hierarchy. Per now, I'm in the Boulder development project, and I do not show risk for all domains, but if I go to this test project, it will turn on risk for all domains, and it will show me the risks for these domains specifically. And in here you can have a hierarchy, and it's part of this domain part, which is the new app frame, part of the new app frame. We have added enhanced logging in the same way that the workflows log. It logs for the master record and all the sub records. It's quite nice. I will show you a little bit more of that when I come to the quality management. And we've done some minor improvements with the tooltips. There was during this user forums, we have got feedback that good tooltips would help explain the users, and it would contribute to having less user training. So we added some more tooltips, and we also added the possibility for having large texts. It was limited to 50 characters earlier. There's something going on in the... We have made great improvements to the lift setup for Pims risk. This is quite a nice feature. For those not familiar to the lifting of risk, that means that you can lift risk from one domain into other domains, and it can be displayed there, and you can do it in a hierarchy. So the lift setup is now also drawing hierarchy of how it's lifted. So this is level 1. We're in the boulder project, so all these domains lift risk to the boulder. If you want to see what risks are lifted from your domain and further up or sideways, it's per now shown in a list, but we plan to have this drawn in this organization charts like drawing. So, and you can also choose levels. If I go one level down now, this will be 2 levels. I could do 3 levels. I could do 4 levels. It can be a bit messy, but it's actually doable if you just move around for this by this feature, and it's quite nice, but there are some more works to be done there. That's also coming. We have to improve this, both the lifting and the lift setup, and then the illustration of the lifts. And we would like to replace the statistics that's here today, shown typically statistics in charts, which are this will be a table, this will be the overdue actions, and so on and so on. And we would like to replace this by our new dashboard concept. We will also develop a way to view your risk picture in a historical context. So say that if you want to know how was all my risk, how was the total risk picture in the 15th of May, where my project changed a decision gate, you will be able to go back and reproduce that picture. And that's part of the enhanced logging, which I will show you for the quality management. And we also plan to revamp notifications with a subscription concept. But what's not mentioned here is we are also discussing further granulation of access to Pims risk. But this is what's on the roadmap and coming quite soon. And quality management. There are some new features there as well. We've added a possibility to add multiple disciplines. So if I go to activities list and I go into this, you now have possibility to add multiple disciplines. I can add drilling, I can add geology, drilling, I can add marine operations, and it will easily tag this activity with multiple disciplines. Its assignment has been removed as a step. This is to simplify the steps. Previously, this was the assignment step was part of the successor of the registration. Now it's part of the registration, and it's just a tick box. If you want to include an assignment, you tick here, you write your assignments, and you don't need a separate step for this. There's also two tips here. Those user forums are something we learned from the user forum, that tooltips are extremely important, and it's a good way of easing the user training. So for quality management, we've done quite a job adding tooltips to all sections, like the details, the registration step, the notification, the reporting, the following up, and even those pop-up dialogues. So that's quite a nice feature. And we've also added enhanced logging to quality management in the same way as for risk, and it's the same concept as for the workflows. So if we take a quick look at an activity where you previously had an event log, you now have a detailed log logging everything. So it logs the master records and all these sub records. If I want to see, okay, 62 changes here, and I want to see who has created them, me a lot, and oh, there I find Shane. He has been into my demo activity. What has he done? He has included the activity. Yeah, he has included an assignment. As that. The part of the logging used for quality management is to show historically what has happened to an activity. So this is when it was created, you added some findings, and you have changed the status to a finding. We added a possibility to generate an agenda from a checklist. So if you are in an activity and you're in a checklist, some of our customers would use these checklists quite actively when they go out and do an inspection of a review of an audit. And there we added the possibility to when they have created their checklist and their checklist items, they can just add this to the agenda. So instead of typing a complete agenda from the beginning, you can just add with the start date, time, and so on, add it to the agenda. There's also a way of linking findings to a checklist item. If I go, when you come to reporting, you register your findings. I can here link this to to a checklist item. So these are my checklist, and I can say that this is part of the new list, and it's question 2. this is where I found a non-conformity. And improvements, we have improved involved personnel, where previously you added some of your team members here, you added the clients here, and you added some more people here, and so on. We have now gathered everything in involved personnel. So this is where you register people involved in an activity. So we have on and off if you are a company or if you are the person being monitored. And if you want to add a person, you do it here. If it's somebody not existing, you can add a new person to the persons that are registered in Pims. Finding classifications, we have added a possibility to add more finding types, but you need to say if it's non-conformity or if it's an observation. And what's coming, we're going to integrate with Pims document control, so sending out notification and activity reports. You can do that from the correspondence module in Pims document control. And we will do more with checklists. I could talk a lot about that, but time is running up, I see. And we also want to add rich text editors for typically report information. That means summary, conclusions, and so on. We will give the users the ability to input some rich text. That's it for me.
Thank you, Håvard. And is it right to say that users that or our clients that are used to the Windows version of this, for them it will not be a big revolution in the way it all works? It's moved to the browser and it's more user friendly, but do you agree that that is the main difference between the previous version and this version?
Yes, definitely, and that's the feedback we got from customers as well. But it's divided. For risk, you would require very little training. We wouldn't require training at all. But quality management was not that mature, so there we have kind of digitalized. While it was more like a form you fill out on your computer, we've done a lot of digitalization. So that will perhaps require some. That would be a bigger change for the users, but still really recognizable, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, but that's good. Any question from you, Christian, or from the audience?
No, I don't think. Let's have a quick peek. No questions from any attendees for now. I guess then it's a good wrap up.
Yeah.
Some didn't pop up now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Håvard.
Yes.
It was cool looking into what you're building.
Thank you.
And then have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah, and see you next Friday.
Yeah. Maybe also a new paddle match score.
Yeah.
Okay. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.